I'm a very selfish person. I do things for what I can get out of it.
She's frying chicken. Since when people didn't believe in my work, Higa, who is a very young entrepreneur and a farmer.
I love it. Coming here to see Vic.
Are you going to come back again?
Oh, my name today is Victor.
I've been to Kibera, this is my first time.
Yeah?
I'm a farmer.
The farmer and entrepreneur.
Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind disclosing? This is where I was born and brought up, and now I'm bringing you stories from here, and I'm really excited and happy and proud, not like I used to be.
In Kenya, if we were sitting at the front of the house drinking beer, people would be joining us. They'd be saying hello. Yeah, but in the West we have loneliness. It's a disease. You know, so if someone's telling you that money is evil, they're lying to you.
We look alike.
We look alike. This is my Australian brother. Fame is very relative. Welcome to my channel once again, ladies and gentlemen. Victor's with Victor. If you're new here, please remember to hit the subscribe button. You'll always see this gate when we step out. And if you are continued supporters, we appreciate and celebrate you. So this is an exciting episode today that we are doing. We're going to do a walk episode, very interactive, with very special guests of mine. This year we had committed to doing a money talk, and coincidentally, this would be very interesting for this talk today. I hope you're liking this vlog and this content, and I hope it's building you. So Kibera has a lot of SMEs, small business enterprises. People are always trying to make money. People are doing the little things they can. You can see from she's frying chicken. Interesting. So now, today I have a very special friend of mine, a mentor and also a supporter of my work, since when people didn't believe in my work, and to date. And also we have Eugene, who is from the Western Kenya. Vihiga, who is a very young entrepreneur and a farmer that I'm bringing into the show today. So it's going to be an exciting episode. I'm taking them for a tour around my neighborhood as usual. And so we're going to have conversations around this neighborhood. Eugene has never been here. So this is his first experience here. And this is his first time here. So ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, let me introduce you to my two guests. Hello, Robert.
Hello, Victor.
I know you. But for the sake of our audience, please introduce yourself.
My name is Robert Gibson. I'm from Australia, a little town called Albury in the centre of Australia. And I'm visiting Kibera again. I love it. Coming here to see Vic.
Are you going to come back again?
Oh, I'm hopefully sure to come back.
This is your fourth or fifth time. I think more than that actually.
Yeah, about the fifth time. I think every time I come to Kenya, I come to Kibera.
How many times have you come to Kenya?
I think it's 5 or 6 times.
Yeah. Every time he comes to Kenya, he comes to Kibera. We appreciate and celebrate you, and welcome to the show, Victor's with Victor. I consider you my Victor today, and that's why I'm hosting you in the show today.
So my name today is Victor.
He's the winner. He's the victor of the show. Thank you very much, Robert. It's always a pleasure having you. And I like hanging out with you, you always have tough conversations with me, but I appreciate and celebrate you for that. And our next guest is Eugene. Hello, Eugene.
Hello.
Welcome to Kibera, brother.
Thanks, I appreciate
We are honored to have you.
Yeah.
You never been here. This is your first time, right?
Yeah. I've been to Kibera, this is my first time.
Yeah.
I enjoy the walk in Kibera.
Yeah. We are really honored to have you and appreciate having you here. I think it's gonna be a very insightful walk around Kibera, and I hope you enjoy and learn something from it.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I want to experience life in Kibera, how people do live. Yeah.
Tell people, who is Eugene? I know you, but for the sake of our
I'm
viewers.
Eugene Standing. I'm from Western Kenya, Vihiga County.
Yeah. What do you do?
I'm a farmer.
The farmer and entrepreneur.
Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind disclosing?
Yeah, I'm 20 years old.
This guy is 20 years old and he's a farmer in this country, not typical Kenyan. I'm in my 30s and I'm not a farmer yet.
Yeah, people do.
So I'm getting inspiration from this guy on what I wish I started when he started. I think, bro, you're gonna be rich. You're gonna be rich, guaranteed. So how did you get into farming?
Yeah, it's been through.
Don't forget to enjoy Kibera. Make sure you're observing. So we're walking inside Kibera, the slum. And also we're having a conversation with these guys, which I think is beautiful. We're going to get perspective from both Eugene and Robert as well. And we hope you enjoy. So how did you start farming? How did you get into farming?
Yeah, it's life that pushed me there. So I traveled to Nairobi some days back.
Which year?
Yeah, 2023.
After high school?
Yeah. I was thinking that here in Nairobi life is easy. You just come and get a job. Then things went
not as you expected. I think this is what they say. I had a question. There was somebody asking someone. Robert, say it's they say it's a key, but it cannot open anything.
I don't know this saying, Vic.
Somebody said it. I found it funny. I don't know if you'll find it funny. Eugene, do you know this?
No.
They say education is the key.
Yeah, but after you finish high school, they change the padlock.
They change the padlocks. That's an interesting one. So then when you came to Nairobi?
Yeah, things went different and life was difficult.
What were your expectations as you were in high school?
You know, while I was still schooling, I was hoping to be one day, maybe I'll come up and be a doctor in life. Yeah, then after finishing high school,
you get job and you'll be rich.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. But my friend invited me in Nairobi.
First time in Nairobi in
Yeah.
it was
2023.
2023.
Yeah.
Okay.
September. Yeah, so we came and chill. I was expecting to go for a walk. Then things went its own ways.
So you thought Nairobi is milk and honey?
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. a lot of my friends we used to school with them, they went to Nairobi and become very rich, dress well. I was like, yeah, I want the life too.
So you were looking at how they are dressed and you thought they were rich,
Yeah, but you know, social media can mislead you. So I was thinking life here in Nairobi is very, very easy.
Life in Nairobi is social media.
Yeah.
And then you came here and to your surprise,
Yeah, I find things very, very different.
it's worse
By the
than...
way, life in Nairobi is very tough than the life in the village.
If you lived in New York, it's compared to Nairobi actually.
Yeah.
So if you lived in New York and you know how New York feels, then you know that is how Nairobi is. Nairobi can be a bit technical, kidogo. And then?
Yeah, so I decided after maybe few months here in Nairobi, I went back to the village because we have a very big farm there. So I decided to go and work on my farm. Yeah, when I go back to the village, I plant some crops. Yeah, the business started running well. Then I went ahead and buy some cows. After buying cows, we went ahead and bring some chickens. Yeah. I bought around 78 chickens, kienyeji, improved kienyeji.
78 chickens.
Yeah. That was for 3 weeks chickens. Then I kept them for 3 months.
Welcome, Kenya.
Sold some out and remaining some. So, like for now, I have more than 120 chickens.
Now he has more than 120 chicken from... But you also been selling, yeah?
Yeah, I've been selling some.
Okay, so the business has been growing.
Yeah, it's
From
growing.
70, we're going up the hill, guys. And that's Rob, always managing. Rob, we've ever taken this route with you, yeah?
No, we haven't done this.
Never? Ah, okay. Great. I'm actually happy that I'm taking you through where you've never been. Yes. So, Eugene?
Yeah, the business is growing, by the way. I went on buying 3 cows at a fair price. One was going for like 27,000. Then I bought 3. Yeah. After a few months, after buying the cows, like for 3 months, I joined them, and I'm expecting them
To get to have to be able to have babies, huh?
Yeah. That's what I'm expecting.
So that's impressive. At 20, I wouldn't have thought of farming, but it seems. Do you feel like this is the best decision you've ever made?
Yeah, by the way, I decided to employ myself.
Self-employment, and that's how it goes. The politics around here and in Kenya at large is crazy. You gotta get some self-employment and do something for yourself, because nobody's coming to save you out here in the street.
You are your own hero.
Right. We'll get back to Eugene, but I'm so proud of you, Eugene.
Yeah.
Congratulations for what you've done. I hope it inspires young people who are watching here. So now you're based in Vihiga, right?
Yeah, I'm Vihiga, Chavakali.
I look forward to visiting you soon and showing people your investment, so we can talk about it as well. Yeah, Robert, back at you. We'll come back to you, Eugene.
Okay, thanks.
So Robert, I want to say karibu tena Kenya. It's always an honor having you around. I'm always looking forward to deep conversations with Robert. And so whenever you're coming, I'm always like, Robert is here. When am I getting insights? So just to shed light on my relationship with Robert. Me and Robert have known each other for... It's a bit loud on the street, but we're gonna try. We're going this direction, so it should be a little bit quiet. John, tunaenda hivi? Yeah, it's a bit quiet now. It's not very quiet, but it's a bit quiet right now. So karibu sana Nairobi, Robert. It's always an honor having you around, and thank you for always coming back and hanging out with my annoying. With the annoying.
Not annoying. Not
Yeah.
easy.
This guy feels like family. Actually, I actually look at him as family.
We look alike.
We look alike. This is my Australian brother.
If I had hair.
You need to have locks, bro. Don't cut your hair again. So we're gonna make locks from them. So my relationship starts way back when I was on the streets doing my thing, music.
Yep.
Music, no carpet. And you came through for me, and you're always coming and supporting. The first Slum Dance Africa, actually, what you guys see as Slum Dance Africa used to be Slum Dance Kibera, and Robert was a part of it. You actually came to the first place we did it. You remember?
I did.
Yeah, that old.
They've ripped it down and put a building on top of it.
Yes, and that's what they do in Nairobi, skyscrapers and everything.
Yeah.
So when you came through for us, and you really supported all the way. From I think 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. in the evening.
We did.
You are with us. And you're always coming. And that's not the last one. He keeps coming. I can't remember how many times he's been here. But he's been here many times. John, let's go up the hill. It's going to be a bit windy, but good. So, and Robert has also supported the program that I've been doing with the kids. We used to perform on the street. On the tarmac without a carpet. The first carpet that came to my program came from this guy. That was a long time ago. But I think I celebrate you, my brother. That's why I'm hosting you on Victors with Victors today. That's the viewer of Kibera. So now, why? I never asked you, but why have you constantly supported the dream even when people didn't support it?
It's a complicated question, really.
Let's stand here.
Let's stand here. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a very selfish person. I do things for what I can get out of them.
I don't agree, but it's
That's
okay.
okay.
Yeah. We always
We
don't
beg to
agree.
differ, as my mother always used to say. But I get a lot of inspiration out of watching you do what you do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
People think I come to Kenya because I see people that are less well off than me, so I feel better because I'm rich. I come to Kenya and come to Kibera because I meet inspiring people. People just living their lives, doing their thing, and not giving up. You know, it was interesting. I was listening to Eugene's story a little while ago, and everybody in life always convinces us that everyone's different. And we're all unique. But there's also a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
His story and my story are very similar.
Right.
I remember I was brought up in the country, on a farm. We weren't rich. We had a few cows, a few pigs, or a lot of pigs, and a lot of chickens. And life was tough.
Life is tough.
Life was tough for me as a kid. But as I've gone on, I've just developed things and looked at people. Hello.
Hello.
And I've realised that life here, the people here, isn't that much different. Sure, in Australia we're richer. Sure, we've got a lot of money. But the fact of the matter is people's experiences are the same, you know, or similar. And, you know, Eugene was just talking about buying cows and chickens. I remember about 15, 20 years ago, I had a friend, a girl that I was living with, not a girlfriend, just a friend. And she said to me one day, I've got some money. Do you want to buy a house with me? I went, I don't have any money. She said, no, you've got brains and you work hard.
Right.
So we bought a house together. You know, she believed in me enough that
John.
I could take this house on with her. And we fixed this house up, bought it. And it was a big risk, you know, a lot of money to the bank. But we took a risk and she believed in
That
me.
was your starting point and the turning point.
I had my brains, but I had nothing else. I had no money, I had a small job. She had the money. She believed in me. That was the starting point. You know. And
So she funded this project.
Yes. And she funded it and I did the work.
Okay.
And we were partners. And we did that very successfully for about 5 years. You know? But all it takes is one person to come along and say, I believe in you, have a go. If you fail, you fail. But if you fail, you learn.
But you need to hear that and embody that. Believe in yourself in as much as I believe in you.
Yeah, but it's like self-belief is like any other skill. You can learn it. You know, you do learn it. Because I'm still very insecure about things, you know.
That's interesting. I didn't know about that. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let Robert look at the view of Kibera and enjoy it for 5 minutes. Then we'll continue the talk as we walk. We'll walk the talk.
We'll walk and talk.
Enjoy, Robert. Now you guys know why I'm hosting this too. Very inspiring, different stories, but with a lot of similarities. So we are standing at the viewpoint of Kibera. I like to bring my guests in different viewpoints, and then we can have conversations. This is a very interesting, diverse community, and actually the biggest slum in Africa, and also with the most diversity that you'll ever experience. This is where I was born and brought up, and now I'm bringing you stories from here, and I'm really excited and happy and proud, not like I used to be in the past talking about Kibera, because in some of the videos that I've shown you guys, I've told you about how we were treated coming from Kibera and how we were looked at coming from Kibera. So to be able to bring such inspiration into Kibera, show them my neighborhood and have powerful conversations that inspire and builds young people and supporters is everything for me. I'm very happy. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you're enjoying this conversation and we'll keep going. How are you guys feeling? How's the experience?
I feel a bit like a mountain goat.
The Australian mountain goat. In Australia they have mountain goats, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Introduced by the English, but in our wild.
I know you've had this experience, but have you had like this experience? Is it similar?
Before in Kibera?
Yeah.
Similar, but I haven't been in this part of Kibera before.
Okay.
And they're all unique. You know, all the bits. You know, Kibera is like any place. There's lots of little interesting things about it. It's not a homogenous thing. It's not one thing. Kibera is lots of lots of people living their lives, getting ahead, doing their thing.
It's a vibrant community.
Everyone's an individual. You know, everyone's got wishes, hopes, and dreams. You know, we've all got things they need to do. We met Eugene's uncle last night, and he said, "I'm just doing 1, 2, 3." He must have said about 10 times, "I'm just doing 1, 2, 3." And every time he said it, I went, "That's exactly what we're all doing.
1, 2,
We're
3.
just doing 1, 2, 3. We're doing the best we know how with what we've got when the opportunities come along."
Right.
You know, I don't know if the parents do it to kids here in Kenya. They say, "What are you going to do when you grow up?" You know, always I got this. What are you going to do when you grow up?
1, 2, 3.
And you know, you just do 1 to 3. You just, you know, like in the West, they talk about what's your career. And I don't know what this career thing is. You know, I just live my life 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
It's, you know, I get up each morning and I'm happy that I'm alive most mornings. You know, if I drank too much whiskey the night before, I'm not always happy. But you know, you get up and I'm happy that I'm alive and think, well, okay, well, what am I going to do? You know, what can I do today to get ahead? Just, you know.
Well, so today on Victor Street, Victor, we're gonna share 1, 2, 3 from Eugene and from Robert, and I hope you guys can get 1, 2, 3 from it as well. So Eugene, how is the experience for you? I know it's the first time you're here.
Yeah, it's my first time being in Kibera. Kibera is very big. I'm surprised. Very, very big.
How is the experience walking around so far?
Yeah, it's very cool with me. Yeah, but a lot of wheels, up, down, up, down. Yeah.
You also feel like a mountain goat.
Yeah, it's not that easy. Not that easy for this.
Yeah, but you see how people live. It's very normal for them.
Yeah, very normal life. Yeah.
And they're taking it like 1, 2, 3. So, Robert, one of the campaigns that I've been running this week, this month actually, I committed to have a money talk. I don't think we have it enough in Africa, especially with the young people. All the missionary told us is money is not everything. And so it's a justification to not having money for people who don't have money to say, oh, money is not everything. I agree. But is it better? Let me start you then. Is it better not having money or having money?
Yeah, you know, it's when you have money, everything is okay with you. Maybe I think that's the way. But you have to find a way to get that money. It's not easy to make money. You can't just wake up and go out there, make money. Just have plans. Yeah. But as for me, hey, this life here in Kenya without money is very difficult.
So money is an essential part of almost everything that we are doing, yeah? Yeah, Robert, your take on that?
You've known me a long time.
I've known you a long time.
And
That's so serious.
You brought up missionaries, you know. I have problems with religion. I think sometimes the things that a good person came up with gets manipulated. Money makes life a lot easier.
Money makes life a lot easier, and a lot of things actually. Yeah.
You know, I hope Eugene doesn't mind me saying this, but his mother was recently very sick, and they were very worried about her. And the problem started because she had 4 teeth that needed to be extracted. She didn't have the money to go to the dentist. If I get a toothache, I go to the dentist.
Yeah.
It costs me a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I don't have to.
I just changed my dentition. I don't know if you see. It's all money.
It's all money.
Yeah, I used to have like.
You know, so money doesn't make you happy. Money doesn't solve all your problems, but you've got different problems.
Right.
But the problems when you've got money are better than the problems when you don't have money.
Yeah.
You know, and this stuff that people tell us, you know, money is the root of all evil. You know, it's harder for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven than a camel. And I often come back to the rich man and the camel and all that sort of stuff. Do you know what the eye of the needle is? Yeah, people think it's that little thing where you go sewing. It's got nothing to do with that. In ancient Middle East, they built walls around their cities. And there's the big gates that were open during the day, and there's guards to stop bad people coming in. But at night, as it got dark, they closed the gates. right beside the gate, there was another little gate.
Mm.
Do you know what it was called? The Eye of a Needle.
Yeah, I believe.
And at night, if you arrived after dark, you brought your camel up to the gate, you had to unpack the camel,
Mm.
and then you took the camel through. And then you brought the stuff through after the camel.
Hmm.
So a rich man can enter the kingdom of heaven. You just can't take all his stuff with him.
Yeah.
Just like the camel can't go through with all its stuff. It has to go through without its stuff. So, when I die, it doesn't matter how much money I've got. It's all the same. I can't take it with me.
Right.
But it doesn't, people have misinterpreted that, I think sometimes intentionally. They're saying, that having riches is bad. Having money just makes life easier.
That's true.
Like, I'll walk down this hill here, it's a bit tough because I'm old, but if I'm rich enough, I can just stand at the top and look. I don't want to do that because I want to see how people live. I want to feel part of. But I've got the choice when I'm rich. These children don't have the choice. When they grow up, they're rich. They don't have to do it unless they want to. I walk up and down the hill because I want to.
Mm.
They walk up and down the hill because they have to.
Mm.
That's all money does. It gives you a certain amount of freedom. It doesn't make you happy. People say, when I'm rich, I'll be happy. No, you just have different problems. But I think the problems when you're rich are better than the problems when you're poor.
Yeah.
I watched my parents trying to feed 5 kids.
Mm.
And my mother had a hard time
Mm.
just trying to keep food on the table.
Mm.
And my father worked constantly. And we worked constantly as well.
Mm.
Now I don't have to do that because money's a good thing, but it's not everything. And if you make money everything, that's when you have problems.
Mm.
Money's not everything, but it helps.
Eugene, what is your understanding of money? What is money for you? What is money in your opinion?
For me, money can buy happiness.
Can it?
Yeah, when you have money, you can do anything you want.
So it gives you choices, but does it give you happiness?
Yeah. But when you have a lot of money, you can do anything you want. Yeah, money is happiness.
Mm.
When you don't have money, okay, you can admire something like for me, I always dream of having a speed bike. I don't have money.
Mm.
When I wake up having money, I just go and take the motorbike, come a bit home. That's what life is. When you have money, life seems easier. But when you have that money, it adds to a lot of problems again. Yeah, you end up in village mentality. People think when you are rich, you are doing rituals. They don't know struggles you're going through, so that you can make their money.
You are Illuminati.
Yeah.
Robert, that's interesting. Robert, what's money for you?
Look, money. It feels a bit obscene sitting here talking about money. I'm not having a go.
Right.
It does, money gives you opportunities. Right? And a man that was a mentor to me for many years, a guy called Francisco Cole, right? He said, the best investments in life are people. People pay you dividends for lifetimes, right? So I think money would be happier than Australia.
A lot of Western countries.
Yeah.
I agree with you, having traveled.
The biggest mental health problem in Australia is loneliness.
Mm.
There's no loneliness.
Loneliness.
Yeah, But, when you walk past people here today, everyone says hello. And, people acknowledge you. In Western countries, no one even looks at each other.
Fake smiles, plastic smiles.
Have a nice day. And, we're programmed to pretend to be happy. And I just go, what the? But when I say hello to a Kenyan, most Kenyans seem to be genuinely happy that I've said hello to them.
Yeah.
Like, where I live, I've just built this big sitting area out in front of my house, and when people walk past, they say, "Good morning, how are you?" Some people go,
Now you know.
they get used to me. Not that the crazy old man that lives on the corner who says hello to everyone.
Because they're not used to that.
Yeah, you know. My sister is married to a Kenyan, as you know.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting at the front of their house one night having a beer, and Amos said to me, he said, "Do you know the thing I can't get used to in Australia?" What's that? I thought he might be talking about money or the tax system or something. He said, "There's no people. Where are all the people?" He said, "We're sitting here now drinking beer and nobody walks past." He said, "In Kenya, if we were sitting at the front of the house drinking beer, people would be joining us. They'd be saying hello." Yeah, but in the West we have loneliness. It's a disease. How can loneliness be a disease? It's not loneliness in Kenya. Well, okay. There might be some loneliness in Kenya, you know, but it's not as obvious as it is in Australia. You know. And why do I come back to Kenya? Because I love it.
There's starting to be loneliness. I mean, with a lot of middle class people and rich people that are mostly exposed to the Western lifestyle.
But the thing is, in Kenya, you know, you get rich. So what do? You build a big house, you build a big wall around it, you put razor wire around the top of it, and then you have a scary to keep people out. You know. And then you think, and you're sitting there in your house thinking, where are all the people? Well, the people can't get in. You know, if they wanted to just call in for borrow a cup of sugar, which is, you know, actually, at my other friend Osmond's house, I noticed his uncle come up to borrow a cup of sugar from his mother. Nobody borrows cups of sugar in Australia. When I was a kid, my mother always had people coming in, "Oh, Mari, would you lend me a cup of flour? I'll give it back to you next week when we get married." No one does that. Everyone has their own sugar, their own flour, locked in their cupboard, in their big house. Yeah, and that's what's happening here in Kenya.
Would you relate this to how people are locking feelings and emotions and the struggles they go through within them?
Yeah, and I say this to Eugene sometimes, you know. If something's troubling you, tell me where it is. If you just lock it up, all it eats at you. You know? And then the more it eats at you, the more you withdraw from people, the more lonely you get, and money's not going to fix that. You know, I can tell you now, I'm no happier now than I was when I was a poor kid. I'm just richer. All I've got is money. Not all I've got. I have a blessed life. You know? I'm very thankful for the country I live in. I'm very thankful for the government we have, the systems we have. They're not corrupt. You know, they work for the people to an extent. They're far from perfect. And I feel, some people would say blessed, I feel privileged for that. And I don't knock my country in any way, shape or form. But I think people can come to Kenya and learn a lot. I come to Kenya to improve myself as a human being.
That's what I'm getting. You come to Kenya to water yourself. And I know you've been coming, at least with COVID, you're not able to come, but I think you've been coming as long as I remember, every year. And I think I've been really impressed that every time you come, you're impacting a life and living. Because I've been hanging out with you every time and I meet you with different people. So Eugene and you are doing a very interesting investment. How did you get into thinking that? Because a lot of people that you've been supporting were around Nairobi. But now you guys have gone deep in the village and started something interesting that is more sustainable. How did you think of doing this with Eugene, and why Eugene this time?
Well, I met Eugene in Nairobi. Yeah, as he told you before in his story, he came to Nairobi to find wealth and fame and fortune, and,
to join Illuminati.
You know, to become a movie star and meet the woman of his dreams and ride Mercedes Benz. Yeah. And we all
Señorita.
We all did that, you know, in one form or another. You know, I met Eugene through a friend, and I just thought he was a genuine young man. You know, and you know, I don't understand what his life, you know, but I also love the country more than I love the city. You know, if you want to understand Kenya, you don't hang around Nairobi. You know, Nairobi's just a minute part of Kenya. Sure, it's got a lot of people, but it's not Kenya. You know? You know, Masai Mara isn't Kenya either.
Right.
You know, people come to Kenya and they stay at the Stanley and fly to Masai Mara and they think they've seen Kenya. This is Kenya, but also the village is Kenya. You know, Kenya is one of the most productive countries on earth, you know, for food and things. And you know, the real wealth, the real life in Kenya is in the village. That's when you know, sit under a tree. No, you know. You met my friend Anthony years ago.
Yeah.
I went to his village and, you know, I sat and I got into trouble because I collected the firewood because no one told me women collect firewood, not men. And you know, I did things wrong. I upset people. I laughed.
So how did you get into trouble?
Well, no. Not trouble. It's just they laughed because I was watching Anthony's brother's wife get the firewood in. It was starting to rain, right? So, me being me, I just walked over there and started helping put the firewood inside to keep it dry. Right? And a friend of Anthony saw me and went, you know, and he was really upset. What did you do that for? What did you do? What did I do?
You were just trying to help.
You know, in my country, there's not a sign that says women collect firewood, men don't collect firewood. You know. You see something needs done, you do it. And that's sort of my philosophy of life. If I see something that needs doing and I feel capable of doing it, I do it.
A lot of young people are actually stuck in the city trying to chase big cars, a woman of their dream, luxurious life, you know, and you have decided to head back to the village at 20 and do farming.
Yeah, that life you're talking about it. Nairobi is not easy, by the way. Yeah. So that's why I decided to go back in the village and do what I'm.
What is your hope with farming?
Oh, my hope with
farming. And what is your goal with it?
Yeah, I just have a lot of things to do with that. So it's like, you know, I have a lot of cousins, like 3 boys are still in high school. So I was thinking if I start this thing of farming and then after they finish high school, you know, here in Kenya, if you don't have money, you cannot get that easy job. So I want them to join me so that we can push that to an extent that it can be a big thing. Like for now, I'm just doing it alone with the support of Robert. So the first I tried it, he was like, no, I'm not doing that. I was like, no, I'm losing hope once again. I don't have money to buy the cows.
Robert is like that. He tries your persistence and your determination.
Yeah.
I know this. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Now I'm giving you tips.
I know him.
Comparing the life you're living in Nairobi and the life you're living now, how has farming changed your life?
Yeah, you know, after finishing high school, you know, parents be like, you are now a big boy, you have an ID, you can go out there and try to find life.
Fight for yourself.
Yeah, you know, while I was still in high school, I was still depending on my mom. Everything I do, hey, mom, can you give me some cash? So and I was like, no. Then I traveled to Nairobi, life was not that much easy.
You had to depend on yourself. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I used to survive with.
Who are you living with in Nairobi actually?
Just a friend.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I had a brother in Nairobi, but I don't like.
They didn't want to host you.
So,
Nairobi, you're alone.
Yeah. A friend of mine from high school invited me in Nairobi and was like, "Sir, you can come in Nairobi. I have a job for you." So I was like, "Okay, let me try and find transport and come to Nairobi." Then I traveled to Nairobi. The first 2 days was just cool because we had some fly in the house.
You were a guest.
Yeah, I was still a guest. Where? After 3 days,
everything turned.
Yeah, the boy was like, "No, you are just a friend. You're not my wife. I can't be feeding you every now and then. You just have to go out there and try your best."
Now we can laugh about it, but it's not funny.
Vic, it's really interesting. I remember I left school early because I didn't like school. I didn't understand school, and I got a job for a while, and then I hated it, you know, because the job I was in, they moved me to the city, Sydney, and I didn't like it. You know, it's a hustle, right? But I had a job, and one day I thought I'm going to go back to school, finish school, and then go and become an accountant. And I rang my father, and this is ancient history, 50 years ago. Phone calls were expensive back then. Most thing we're doing is, okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, finish school, that's a good idea. He said, where are you going to live? And I said, I thought I'd live with you. He said, I think you need to put some more thought into it.
This is your dad.
And I went, say that word that starts with A. What the? Yeah, it's the best thing he ever did for me. You know, because I had to sit back and go, where does this lead me? You know, like, what am I going to do now?
So you start thinking about what to do next.
And, you know, if he had taken me back, I still would have been reliant on my parents. Yeah? They're both dead, you know, they're both gone, you know, and I far exceeded what they expected of me, you know, and all that sort of thing. But, you know, if I had gone back and went back to home, I would have been a totally different person. I wouldn't be the person I am now. I actually really like the person I am now. Far from perfect, as I said before. But when he said, no, I think you should think about that again.
Were you appreciative of that?
Not at the time.
What did you think of him?
I thought you were a...
Did you argue with him?
You didn't argue with my father. My father was not a person you argued with.
Oh, okay.
No. He wasn't violent or anything like that. He just wouldn't argue with you. He would state what he thought, and that was the end of the conversation. He'd let you state what you thought, but he wouldn't argue. He'd never argue with you. You know. But that thing, I think you need
So
to
this is what I'm saying, period.
This is it. The end. You know. And he did me the biggest favour I ever got. You know, because I started to have to think about me and being self-reliant, and there were some really, really difficult years. You know, I often say to these guys, I haven't always been a fat old white man. You know, I had some really, really tough years. You know, lots of alcohol, lots of drugs, a few other things that I'm not going to mention on your nice podcast. There was no great. When you're doing a podcast like this is the first podcast I've ever done.
Oh yeah, thank you very much.
I'm a podcaster. But yeah, when you're doing things like this, for years I worked with helping people learn more about themselves, so they could do more with their life. That became my life for a long time. And there's a lot of 1, 2, 3 in life.
1, 2, 3.
You know, and his uncle doesn't know that he's a wise man, but he is. There's lots of 1, 2, 3. You know, and if you just keep doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, sometimes things happen. You know, it's like that day that girl said to me, "Do you want to buy a house with me?" And my immediate reaction was no. And she said, "Well, why no?" And I go, "Well, I haven't got any money." She said, "I've got money. You know, let's have a go."
That was the one.
And that, you know, that was a huge turning point. You know, but there's been lots of huge turning points, but at the time they didn't seem like huge turning points.
Right.
You know, when my father said that to me, that did not seem like a turning point in my life, but it did. It transformed my life. I would not be sitting here now if I had gone back home. I would have been just like my parents. My parents never travelled. You know, but my mother was on an aeroplane once in her life. I said before, she'd never been in an aeroplane. She forgot once. Dad was in the Air Force in the Second World War, so he was in planes a lot, shooting at people, or being shot at. Not my idea.
Give you a few live shots as well.
You know, but sometimes the big turning points in your life, you don't know they are.
Right.
They're just 1, 2, 3.
Right.
You know, it's just something that happened one day, and years later you look back and think, oh my goodness.
Everything okay. Yeah, so Nairobi is very difficult for me. I tried, but it wasn't that easy. Just when I met Robert, was it for like 2 hours? 2 hours just. Then Robert traveled back to Australia. We used to be communicating on phone calls. So we had to travel back home. I decided to go home, and after going home, I stayed there for more than 3 weeks and texted Robert. I was like, Robert, I need some help. Like, help, if it's money, don't ask. I was like, yeah, but after 2 months, the vegetables grew, so everything started to be smooth. I can take the vegetables to the market, sell them, come back, cut grass for my cows.
But when he gives from his heart, and when he says no, I think it gets you to start thinking of how, which is really interesting, because now I'm learning today that he got this from his father when his father said no to him. Robert, looking at the both of us, and I know it's just two of us that you've supported. There are many more. What is it that you look at among both of us and you feel proud of what you've done over the years?
I don't feel proud of what I've done. I feel proud of what you've done.
Aha, that's interesting.
Because all I did was not all I did. All I've done is given you a bit of money, right? So,
which is an enabler, you know. It's enabled Eugene to be able to. It's enabled my project to grow to the point where now it is an NGO.
Yeah. So whenever you post anything on Facebook, I share it and I comment on it. So all my friends know what my friends are doing. Because I feel proud of what you've done. I'm proud of what he's done. I haven't seen it yet. We're going there Monday. I want to go and see these cows and go to the chickens. But I'm proud of what people can do for themselves. I think in a way my father never would have said it. I think my father was possibly proud of what I did with my life. I'm not sure. He was a hard man too. My mother was very proud of what I achieved. I didn't do it the way they thought I was going to do it, right? And I was probably a disappointment to them in lots of ways, And that's why when he says to me, no. But he comes back, and he thinks about it, and he comes back, and that's what I want, There's no point, that old saying, if we give a hungry man a fish today, he'll be hungry again tomorrow. If we teach him how to fish, he'll have the freedom to use his own resources and be free for eternity. All that sort of stuff. And that's really important to me, Like, at one stage he said to me, can you give me some money for this? And I said, well, what are you going to do if I don't give you the money? He said, I'm going to sell my 3 remaining goats. I can't remember how many goats it was. I said, okay, here's a deal. I'll buy the goats of you. How much are they worth? I bought the goats. I said, so when those goats have babies, you sell the babies, you give me the money back. Right? And this was from the other side of the world, and you could feel him thinking about it, and thinking, this is not a very good deal.
So money has undue respect in your community.
Yeah.
Robert, what is it that you know about money that you wish you knew about money as a young, growing Australian boy?
I wish that I had have known as a kid that money is like anything else. If you want it, you have to hang on to it. If you have a favourite thing, you have a favourite shirt, right? You really like this shirt, what have you got to do? You got to keep the shirt. You don't give it away.
Yeah, that's true.
I spent 45 years, for the first 20 years I had nothing. It was pretty easy. Right? But then I spent 25 years thinking that if I spent money, I'd be happy. I spent money and I was poor. So it's like the thing that I wish I had have known, and my father tried to teach me, that you just put a little bit of money away. There's a book that I've mentioned to you before called The Richest Man in Babylon. Amazing book. Very simple little thin book. Amazing book. I've read it about 30 times. And it's all about hanging on to your money. It's not about spending money. I wish I had have known earlier in life that spending money is not going to make me wealthy. Hanging on to money makes me wealthy.
So then what's the purpose of making money?
To create opportunity.
To create opportunities.
Like, if I didn't have money, I wouldn't be sitting here now.
Right.
This conversation would not be happening if I didn't have money.
Right.
He wouldn't have his cows and his chickens and all that sort of thing if I didn't have money.
So to enable things to happen.
It enables things for me, but it enables things for
other people, right?
Money is a great enabler.
So what expenditure are you against when it comes to money?
What you do with your money is your business.
Right. No, but I'm just asking generally.
You've got to have respect for people, right? And, I have lots of friends who waste a lot of money on drugs and gambling and alcohol and all that sort of thing, prostitutes and all this sort of stuff, right? And I've been there, I've done a lot of that. Luckily, for me, gambling doesn't appeal to me. I've never had one, so I haven't done that one. But lots, I've wasted a lot of money. And what was the question? I forgot the question.
What expenditure are you against? Because you're talking about the richest man in Babylon. And if you read that book by there, drop a comment in the comment section.
The expenditure I'm against is spending for spending's sake. I don't give gifts. In Australia, I don't know what people feel they have to give gifts for Christmas. They have to give gifts for birthdays. And a lot of people spend a lot of money they don't have buying things for other people that the other people don't actually want. So it's just wasteful spending. I say to people, if you want to give something to me, come to me with a bottle of wine or a cup of coffee and sit down with me and drink it with me and talk to me.
Right.
That's the greatest gift someone can give me. Right? So time is the thing that is the greatest gift. The expenditure that I think is stupid is wasting money on things that give you nothing in return.
Right.
Like we were sitting in a club last night having a beer, and there was a big screen up there supposedly talking about soccer. It wasn't talking about football. It wasn't talking about football, it was talking about gambling.
Betting.
The whole thing was just bet. It's not about football. I always think, if I'm going to spend my money there, what am I going to get back? But not in a selfish way, and I've wasted a lot of money. I still do. I wasted a lot of money yesterday. Right? But what am I going to get back from it? And not necessarily money. I don't want money back. I've got enough money. But giving him money and lending you pair money, what do I get back from it? I see you making a success of your life.
Right.
That's what I get back from it. That's the reward.
That's an interesting way. So a friend of mine said, money is neither a good thing or a bad thing. It is what value you put into the money. Because money is used for terrorism, money is used, in Kibera, because it's a vulnerable community, and we are in Kibera right now. A lot of politicians use money to lure young people into killing people or even beating their opponents. So that's money, but it's used for a bad cause.
So what's that, 10 shillings?
10 shillings.
Okay. Religion teaches you that money's evil.
Money is evil, yes.
So if I put that 10 shillings there, right, what's it going to do? It's going to do absolutely nothing.
Nothing, that's true.
If, around here someone will pick it up very fast, right? But if we just left that 10 shillings sitting there, in 10,000 years from now, maybe 100,000 years from now, someone would find it. And it's done nothing. That coin is just going to sit there.
The 10 shillings.
10 shillings. It's not, there's nothing evil about it. It's not doing anything. It's not going to war. It's not doing anyone any good either. If I gave it to that young man, he might do some good with it. But money in itself is nothing. It's what you get back from it. So if the next kid walks past, I give him 10 shillings. I don't know what he's going to do with it, or she's going to do with it. But the coin itself's not going to do anything. It's how it enables that person, what that enables that person to do. And if they go buy the packet of sweeties and get rotten teeth, well, that's a shame. But if they go and buy an apple or buy their mother some onions or something, the money in itself is nothing.
So one of the biggest thing actually that has happened, Robert, that's an interesting analogy actually, but one of the interesting thing that happens today, you turn on the Kenyans television and we have these preachers who are preaching to people that money will not make you happy, and then at the end of the same preaching they are saying, pay me, give me your tithe.
And it makes them very happy.
It makes them there. So
very
if it's
happy.
Not making
they
me
buy
happy,
a new Range Rover, they go out and buy their wife a new.
they have a security from the people that are paying them.
Then they need the security to protect them from the people they're getting money off.
What is your take on this? Your honest take on it. Don't give me that look.
I can get into a lot of trouble expressing. Look,
There's no trouble in honesty.
I have a respect for the foundations of most religions. I think most religions were formed where an honest person had an honest idea to help people understand themselves and improve their lives more. Anyone who asks me for money but doesn't say, before I walk through the door, doesn't say, to walk through this door it will cost you 10 shillings, 1,000 shillings, whatever. They get me in there and then they start telling me that my money is evil and then I should give it to them, and for them it's good. What is it they're trying to do? They're trying to, that money can't be evil. It's an inanimate object. That chicken can be. That chicken could fly up here in a second and attack us.
Yeah.
But that coin can't. So if someone's telling you that money is evil, they're lying to you. It's simple. It's just a lie. They're trying to manipulate you so that you feel by giving your money to them, you're making your life better. It's no different to the gambling ads.
They're brainwashing you, right?
Yeah, it's no different to the gambling ads, the alcohol ads, the cigarette ads, the politicians' ads. Give me your money and you'll be happier. Fuck off. My money. I'm the one that works for it. What am I going to get out of it? By giving it to a preacher, what am I getting out of giving to this preacher? I know what the preacher's getting. He's getting a new Land Cruiser. He's getting his wife a fur coat. He's visiting more whores.
Security.
All those sort of things.
Flying the world.
Yeah. What am I getting out of it? No. It's wrong. It's a lie.
What is your take on pastors getting money from us, especially in Africa? I think it's a huge thing globally, but in Kenya, actually, we've seen a lot of preachers. It's become a business, and our mothers are the culprits of this.
But first of all,
Be a bit loud.
Yeah, first of all, I don't believe in churches. I don't remember last time going to church.
Why don't you believe in churches?
Because, a lot of things are happening in Kenya. I think you know. And nowadays, church is like a business. Yeah, people are doing business with the word of God.
I promise to give away the 10.
I told you this guy is a philanthropist.
Well,
I haven't saved him. I've lent him some money.
You've been able.
Yeah, I've lent him some money. Just like that girl did for me when I was 45.
Right.
Yeah, she believed in me. She lent me money. She made a lot of money. She made a lot of money. Right?
So it was an investment.
It was an investment, right? And I'm a very religious person. I'm deeply spiritual, I'd rather say, right? But one of the things in Christianity that really, I think, is the crux of the whole thing. Somewhere in the Bible it says man is made in God's image. Right? What's that mean? It doesn't mean that God looks like man. It means that man looks like God. Right? So what's God look like? I don't know. You can't see him or her. You can't see it. So fundamentally, what are we? We're God. We're love. We are the universe. We are that reality out there. We're not this. This is not us. You're not black, I'm not white.
This is what you see.
There's a spiritual being within all of us, and that spiritual being is equal. It has no colour, it has no age, it has no sex, it has no sexual orientation. A preacher that tells you men are better than women, fucking Jesus, get out of there. Because there is no sex. If we are made in God's image, does God have a sex? But those preachers, they'll tell you God is a fat old white man sitting up there in heaven. You see the pictures here of Jesus with blonde hair and blue eyes. Jesus was a Jew. He was a person of colour. Where's this bullshit coming from?
Yeah, I was just talking about it and then it happened. So one of the kids pushed him. It's life, it's not funny, but it's life here. It happens every day. And you saw now the kid will be probably very cautious when he's around that place. He learns from it. That's crazy, yeah? I was just talking about it. Whew. Very risky for kids. But you know, Eugene, it's the life we live here every day. It's not like it's normal, but it's not like it should be normal, but it's normal. Yeah.
You live in the hope that it will change, but the government has to do something. And as you said, the individuals have to do something as well. You know, the English understood war, right? But more than understanding war, they understood how to colonise a country. The fastest way to colonise a country is you divide it and divide it into as many bits as you can, so you can pit any two people against each other. And they use the church. If you pit men against women, you've got constant warfare. In every house in Kenya, there's constant warfare because men think they're better than women. And women know they're not. We'll never get anywhere. Yeah,
so they don't complement each other, they compete each other.
Yeah, you know, we compete tribe against tribe, brown people against black people,
men against women.
Yeah, old people against young people. You know, it's bullshit. It's just bullshit, and it's fostered by the churches.
In the years that you've lived, Robert, what do you think is the hope for humanity?
I think young people waking up that they're being lied to.
What is the hope for that? Because I think now what has been capitalized on is gambling, betting, social media, which is a beautiful thing because now we are able to share these stories. But a lot of young people are caught and lost in a lot of these things.
A lot of people are lost.
Not just young people.
Not just young.
Yeah.
I would think it's the social media. You know, if I lose my phone, I think my life's ended. You know.
So what is the hope for humanity?
That people wake up to themselves and realise that sitting here talking to you is of more value than, okay, we're recording this.
Yeah.
The recording of it is not relevant to me. The important thing is we're having the conversation.
The reason why we are having this conversation is because we've had a lot of conversations without recording it, and so I've seen the value of the conversation that we've had over the years, and I want to share it to with young people and also to my audience.
So I hope that the young people who watch it, or the old people that watch it, listen to it, get something out of it, and go and do something with it.
Right.
You know, we've got to be careful that we just don't get sucked into, you know, I can't remember who I said it to, you know, if I want something different out of my life, I've got to do something different. You know, if I'm sitting there on social media all the time pushing buttons and, you know, getting likes or dislikes or whatever they are, you know, and I'm valuing my life on the likes I get, I'm never going to get anywhere.
That's true.
You know, because that's never going to make me money. You know, the number of people I meet in Kenya or see on the Facebook and stuff, and their profession is what do they call it? Content creators. There's a lot of content creators. What's the content creator giving you? You know, okay, everyone's creating content. What are they actually getting out of it? Are they actually getting anything out of it?
That's a good question because you're asking a content creator.
Yeah. You know, so where's the value in it to you? Where's the value in it to all these people?
Do you want me to answer that?
No, I don't want to. I want people to think about it. You know, because like, if I'm putting all this energy into something, what's it giving me back?
So all the content creators, please drop a comment on the comment section and answer that question. What is content creation doing for you and the people around you?
the risk of getting back to basics, I need to move in a second because this white skin
Yeah,
is going to
yeah.
get sunburned.
So as we close up,
You're better to start small and practice. You know, if you make that bit successful, then next time you double it.
yeah,
You double it. You double it. You know, it's like the loan. You reinvest it.
yeah,
You know, each time you reinvest, you've learned something from the first time. The second time is easier. You make more money the second time. You know, like I've bought and sold a lot of houses. Buy old houses, renovate them, work on them, fix them, and then sell them.
and it's amazing how you do it.
Not all of them have I made money on. I've made mistakes, you know. But this one I'm not making mistakes on because I've done it 27 times, I think. You know, next time he raises chickens, he'll raise them more successfully.
Right.
You know, and he's young, he's learning.
Yeah,
The greatest thing you can ever do for yourself is to learn.
that's true.
You know, wisdom is the thing you take with you. You know, I don't care what religion you belong to. It's the wisdom you've gained by doing the things that you do here that you take with you into the eternity.
Yeah, I think what I want to share with you, Gene, I mean, I look at him as a younger brother right now, having passed through your guidance. There are a lot of things you really want to appreciate, but I think now you want to appreciate them. But one of the things that I appreciate is being at a point of not having to the point of having. And now I appreciate how progressive that has been to the point that I am. Because if I had 1 million 7 years ago, I don't think we'd be talking on this podcast right now. If I had 1 million, or probably, like if I had 5 million 10 years ago, I think I'd be messed up. So I really appreciate how this growth has come to me, and how my environment has denied me as much and given me just what I could handle. When I did my first trip, my first tour in Europe, I don't know if you remember, a few years ago, I came back and I blowed the money. I spent the money with my boys, if you remember. I can't remember, I can't show you one single thing that I invested in that money, and that was a lot of money. And so when I finished that money and I realized everybody was looking at me like some pope, then I realized, oh, so I did not do or make the right decision with the money that I had. And I can tell you, assure you, from that time to this point, I am not experimenting with my money. And I am not blowing my money anyhow. I'm very careful on how I spend it. I give it thought. So I think it can be frustrating now. You're making money from your farming. It might not be enough for you right now, but take it from me, it is what you need right now.
And you'll learn that yourself, quite important.
Yeah, I can't advise you, but you learn.
Like the rest of us did.
Yeah,
When I was your age, I listened to old men like him at 33.
but yeah,
I think
they sounded
silly old fool. What do they know? And then slowly, I learned.
So we're gonna take a walk, but Eugene, what is your take home from this podcast and conversation? As a young farmer and entrepreneur from Vihiga in Nairobi, Kibera, on Victors with Victor. Look at the camera confidently and tell our viewers, what is it that you've gotten from this conversation? You can think about it. We'll talk about it when we come and do your story.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But like he said, he's learned a lot of things. He doesn't know which one is the main point that he's learned, but it's really appreciative, Robert. What he said is very appreciative. You gotta learn some Swahili. Next time I'm not translating.
I have 15 words.
Okay, three
My
of them.
favorite word is katanda.
Kitanda is bad. This guy like he loves the bad. Okay.
No, it's
So
not
now
There's a story. There's always a story.
back to it. So what Eugene says is he's really gathered a lot from this conversation, from you especially and me. But he's very appreciative that he's getting guidance from the both of us, and he's grateful that he's had the experience of coming to Kibera. Eugene, the reason why I brought you to Kibera, just to be clear, is so that you can look at you feel the smell from here. Yeah? How does it make you feel about Vihiga, where you are?
back in the village, there is very fresh.
It's very fresh. So that is one thing. So I wanted Eugene to be appreciative, and attitude of gratitude is one thing that leads us to success. So I believe as he's traveling back to Vihiga, he'll appreciate his environment in Vihiga and be grateful. Sorry, Asante. So, and he'll be grateful that he has that. So that was one of the reasons, and I'm really glad that you were able to gather that from here. Robert, your parting shot, what do you take from our conversation?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
His uncle. 1, 2, 3.
That's what I was about to say.
Just keep on going.
Yeah.
You know.
So thank you guys for supporting. It's been 1, 2, 3, and thank you, Robert, for agreeing to be in my pocket. I was really honored to be in this podcast.
I feel like a movie star.
You are a movie star. You played a role in our movies, in our live movies, and so I'm very appreciative. Thank you for sitting here and having this conversation with me.
I need to be asked.
Okay, we look forward to having Robert again. Remember, also my take home is 1, 2, 3. Remember to subscribe. We really appreciate your support, and thank you guys for watching this podcast all through. Please drop a comment on the comment section, and we hope to continue seeing you. I hope this conversation was inspiring to you. Victors with Victors. Until we see you again, adios. Bye. Just standing.